Pulmonary fibrosis is a devastating and terminal lung scarring disease affecting thousands of people in the UK each year. The scarring on the lungs makes it difficult for oxygen to get into the bloodstream, leaving many fighting for every breath and severely fatigued. It affects every aspect of daily life. I've seen firsthand the effects of pulmonary fibrosis on people I've known, and that's why I'm here to tell you about the important work of Action for Pulmonary Fibrosis, APF, a charity that provides crucial support for those living with the disease, their families and carers. The charity is raising greater awareness of the condition and funds vital scientific research into finding new treatments and a cure. Earlier this year, Sharma was taking part in a medical study, and an MRI scan there led to her being diagnosed with pulmonary fibrosis.
The first few months of this diagnosis, when you know that you got a terminal condition, were like I was walking through a daze like a zombie. And you're upset. Your family friends say, "We are here for you and you will be fine." But the truth is, I'm not going to be fine. It's not a condition where we have a treatment. It is going to go down. There is no other way. And it's a very scary place. Then the birth of my granddaughter. And this life-limiting condition, so that meant I might not be able to see her grow. And that's difficult.
After her diagnosis, Sharma was feeling isolated and anxious. This is when she went to her local support group, one of 60 community-led groups supported by APF. The support Sharma received from the group and APF was a lifeline and helped her feel she was no longer facing her condition alone.
Pulmonary fibrosis support groups are local groups. Mostly groups are run by either by patients or carers or ex-carers. So I think that's very important because it's led by people who understand this condition. Attending these support groups helps me mentally and emotionally. These groups do give me a place where I belong. We are on the same journey, we are on the same road, we are holding each other's hands, and that makes a difference.
Pulmonary fibrosis can affect anyone, young or old, leaving many dependent on care. This is why the charity make it a priority to support families that have been impacted by the disease. Sheetal was a dedicated mother to Naisha and wife to Deepak. At just 38, she was diagnosed with pulmonary fibrosis in 2015.
Sheetal's initial symptoms of pulmonary fibrosis were breathlessness and a persistent cough. At that time, we didn't realise and didn't appreciate that it was terminal.
Sheetal managed to live a relatively normal life following her diagnosis, but her condition suddenly progressed for the worse, and she was admitted to hospital during the pandemic.
It caught us all by surprise as to how quickly she deteriorated. It was incredibly difficult for Naisha as well. One day her mother's here and the next day she's in the hospital. When the doctor said that Sheetal had a matter of days to live, Naisha and I both went up together to effectively say goodbye.
When my dad first told me the news, I just broke down crying. I loved her very much. I wouldn't be the person who I am without her.
In Sheetal's memory, both father and daughter are helping the charity to raise funds and awareness for research.
My dad and I, we want to try and make the public aware of the disease so it can be prevented, and hopefully the researchers can provide a cure for it.
It's incredibly important to know that this research is happening. We need to find a cure. Through funding and research, we can get there. Sheetal was diagnosed with pulmonary fibrosis at the age of 38. It can hit anybody, and when it does, it hits you hard.
More research into pulmonary fibrosis is vital. That's why APF is committed to help find new and more effective treatments that could one day lead to a cure.
The disease progresses remorselessly over time. That time is short. 50% of people will have passed away in 3 years. The research at APF funding covers a broad range of different scientific disciplines. By understanding the mechanisms and the risk factors of disease, we can target those with appropriate therapies, which will ultimately put a stop to pulmonary fibrosis. The way that we help people's lives tomorrow is by understanding and spending money today.
The charity estimates that at least 70,000 people are living with pulmonary fibrosis in the UK at any one time. Being diagnosed with a terminal illness can be a lonely and a frightening experience for patients and their families, which is why the charity provide a telephone befriending service to help people connect with others who have experience of the disease.
Hi, I'm Maxine from Action for Pulmonary Fibrosis Befriender Line.
Tricia has a form of pulmonary fibrosis. When she was diagnosed at the end of 2012, the long-term prospects were unclear to her.
Life is becoming more difficult because the breathing is becoming more difficult. I have this on 24 hours a day. Up until about 6 weeks ago, I could shower without oxygen. Now I can't. I have to leave it on to shower. It's slowly declining.
Tricia started using the APF befriending service.
Once I was given a befriender, let's take out the word be and use the word friend. You've got somebody on your side, in your camp. You can speak on the phone and they can answer the questions. Everybody who speaks to you either has first-hand knowledge of the disease or lives with someone who has it. Action for Pulmonary Fibrosis, they put people together. And if it wasn't for Action for Fibrosis, how would these people know the other people existed? The only thing that can make me feel better is another human being that understands how I feel. And I hope, I really mean it, I hope I can do that for the people that I befriend. I've got 2 fabulous children, 4 incredible grandchildren. Whatever's left of my life, it's them. I'm still grandma.
Pulmonary fibrosis is a devastating disease that cuts lives short. Cases are rising and there's currently no cure. With your donation, you can help APF to change lives through their support services and fund the vital research needed to better understand, treat and eventually put a stop to pulmonary fibrosis. To give by phone, call 0800 011 011. Calls are free from mobiles and landlines. To donate £10, text the word 10 to 70120. To donate £20, text the word 20 to 70120. Or to donate £30, text the word 30 to 70120. Texts cost your donation amount plus your standard network message charge, and 100% of your donation will go to Action for Pulmonary Fibrosis. You must be 16 or over and have the bill payer's permission. For full terms and more information, or to make a donation online, visit the Lifeline website at bbc.co.uk/lifeline. Or, if you'd like to post a donation, please make your cheque payable to Action for Pulmonary Fibrosis and send it to Free Post BBC Lifeline Appeal, writing Action for Pulmonary Fibrosis on the back of the envelope. Please, give what you can. Thank you.